Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Sky.Mystic podcast, and I'm back with episode 6. Okay, so let's start with the affirmation because I almost forgot. Okay, the first affirmation card is I am strong. I have tremendous personal power and courage. The second one is I am not afraid. Fear is an illusion and it does not live with me. Okay, y'all. Let's get to it. And don't forget to affirm these affirmations, okay? Don't forget. Okay, so the topic of today's episode is where did I go after moving out of my apartment, y'all, that I'm currently in. But anyways, let's go. Let's get it together. Okay, so after I moved out, I was back and forth in my people's house, like when I moved out, I went to my mom's house. It's really my older sister's house, but my mom stayed there as well. It's both their house. And me and my son went over there for a few days, and then being there for a few days, we end up going to my sister's house. Okay, my sister that's a year older than me went to her house on the east side. And we was staying there because she was like, she said we could stay as long as I need. So I'm like, okay, but knowing me, I'm not about to be up in nobody's house. Like, I feel like I'm bothering or in people's way, like being at their house. Like, so I like my own space, but, yeah, so I'm like, okay, but my plan wasn't to stay long. We was there for about 2 weeks, but during this time, I'm about to explain during this time. So we went to her house, and she needed somebody to watch her dog while she go to work, and then during the day. So that's what me and my son did. Took the dog out, whatnot, and like at night, I would go to work. This is when I still had my car. So yeah, like I would go to work at night doing the night shift, and then get home like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, getting back to her house by then or whatnot. So yeah, that's how it was while we was staying there. And with that sister, I know when somebody's lying or not. Like, so when she said that we could stay as long as we wanted to, I knew that was a lie. Because as the days went by, shit started getting weird as hell. Because, like, I did draw my energy back, but yeah, I did draw my energy back. I don't know, like after I had to leave my apartment, it's just like, wow. So I had to put my energy back. Like, I need all the energy for me to get myself together and know. So I wasn't telling nobody, but somehow the things that I was doing, like especially when my car was messing up, and that was during the time that I was staying with my sister, I had a coolant leak. And then it got worse and it got worse to where my car will overheat real fast. So me having to sell my car during that time, I sold my car and I had to get a rental. But before then, like when the days go by, and my sister, I guess she didn't want us there. Cause that's what it seems like. Cause we was in her living room, like we was on her couch, and she kept bringing up like how she know we was there. This is what I don't understand. So she kept making little phrases or whatnot, saying that she don't care if they come and get the couch. She don't want to pay on the payments. They can come get the couch today. And I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking like, but like she didn't have to pay it right then and there. She probably had like a whole month to pay it, but she kept saying that they can come get it today. And I'm thinking like, but we're on the couch. Like, I don't understand. But I didn't even say that to her. So I'm just thinking like, okay. And then she just kept saying it. And then as the days go by, she'd say it. She'd be on the phone with our mama and she'd just keep saying it. She'd keep saying it. And then the day comes when I sold my car. And my plan was so I'm about to sell this car because I can't fix it. And I need to work like right now. And so I sold it. And I wanted to get up out of her house because the energy was super off. And I don't like being around people and places. And my energy is off. Like, no, I want peace in my life. So that's what I'm aiming for. So I got the car. And before then, like the day that I sold my car, I had to put my stuff in her closet until the next day so I can put the stuff in the rental. She had a problem with that because she didn't want nobody putting anything in her closet. And I just reminded her like, my stuff gonna be out your closet. It's gonna be out your closet. I'm getting a rental tomorrow. It's just the face expressions because I read all languages. But anyways. So, yeah, I got the rental. I put everything in there and we left. And I took him to go play with his cousins. I still wasn't communicating with nobody for real. Like, as far as me and my plans and what I'm doing, like, detail-wise. Like, I just kept all of that to myself. And during that time, I guess they felt some type of way that I wasn't talking to them how I used to, or things like just telling my business and what I'm doing. And I guess they felt some type of way, but it had nothing to do with them. It was all about me because I'm trying to get myself together and I don't want no interference or just any blockages or anything. Because when people talk bad about you, talk down about you, talk behind your back, that's sending negative energy your way. And I ain't got time to be feeding into all of that. So, I just kept things to myself. And so I was communicating with my daddy more. And I say I'm more closer to my daddy than my mama. So I was communicating to my daddy. I was telling him things and telling him what I'm about to do or whatnot. And I told him that I wanted to come down there. Like me and my son, we just going to drive down there. I'm going to switch my Grubhub because that's what I was doing. I would switch my Grubhub down there. But at that time, I didn't. We only went down there for a day and then we came back to my hometown. So we went down to Georgia. And it was cool. We was out there for a day. We spent the day with him, and then I went back home. And then after I came back, I kept doing Grubhub. I was dropping my child off at my people's house because I didn't want him to always ride around with me. So I would take him there and I would do Grubhub. I've been doing Grubhub for like 7 in the morning. I start 7 in the morning to 10 at night, 10, close to 11 at night. I do it all day. Like, it was so stressful, y'all. So stressful. But I did it. I made time for my baby, took him to the river, took him to the park, let him get wet or whatnot, and then take him back over there and then started working again. So I was doing Grubhub. I had to pay for the car. I had to pay for the rental daily. I had to pay for gas. That went up. And for me to eat as well. So the money I was making, I really didn't see because I had to keep up on a car because I needed transportation. And during that time, I didn't have nowhere to go for real. And during the time, like, as I kept going to my people's house, it's like bad shit started happening. Like, I don't understand. This year is just totally, it was out of whack during that time. So I made a decision and we just up. Me and my son, we just up because I was like, man, I want to go to the beach. We ain't ever been to the beach. I want to show my baby the beach. I want to show my baby the world. We got this rental. Why not? Like, we got this rental. It's a good car. We could just drive. So, a night came and I'm like, baby, we about to go to the beach. So I left like 12 o'clock, midnight, and we went to the beach. We went to Savannah, Georgia. I didn't tell nobody this. I called my daddy afterwards, but we went to the beach and we had fun there. I was doing, and I switched my Grubhub over there. So we went to Savannah, we went to Atlanta, and then we went to Sandy Springs, and I transferred everywhere I went. I transferred my Grubhub, so I still had time to pay for my stuff. So we had a lot of fun. We seen my daddy again, and we spent another night with him. But like during that time, I started to feel like he was just telling them everything because they wasn't really calling. They wasn't really calling to check on us or anything. So, but you know, I didn't care because I know they didn't care. Because the last time, like when my son was 2 and I went out of town to Memphis, which is a whole nother story, but I'm gonna keep it by itself. Anyways, she was mad at that. She ain't talked to me the whole entire time. Never called to even, you know, say things to my son or whatnot, whatever. But yeah, like I started feeling weird. Like the vibe started feeling weird because I felt like he was telling them everything, like just talking to them behind my back, just telling them every freaking thing that I'm telling him. And I don't like that. Like, I don't like that at all. So I started feeling empty about him. Like, so I kind of cut my little communication short with him for real, not tell him nothing. And that day when we left from seeing him, I wanted to get a car instead of paying for the rental. So I decided to go back. This might be a part 2. So I decided to go back to my hometown. I almost said where. To my hometown. So I can go get a car. So I can get his rental back. And it'll be more smoother. But things didn't happen like that when I went back. Something told me not to go back, y'all. I don't know. But I'm like, I just need to get a rental. That's all I was thinking. I mean, not a rental. But I just needed to get a car. That was on my mind because I'm tired of paying for this rental. Like, this is stressful. I don't want to be doing Grubhub from early in the morning to late at night. Like, I don't want to do that. So I went back. And when I went back, we went back to my mom and them house. And y'all. So we went back there. And he was playing with his cousins because I know he wanted to play with his cousins. So we went back there and he had stayed there while I do Grubhub. And that's when he was staying there. I wasn't staying there, but I allowed him to stay there. Even though I didn't really trust the energy over there. I didn't trust their energy like at all. But he had to go somewhere. So I let him go there. And I'm doing Grubhub every day from 7 to 10. And I will call him. I'll make sure I call him, make sure he eat. And go see him. I take him places when I'm taking my little break of doing Grubhub. And yeah, that's how it was when we came back from going to the beach and whatnot. So he was there. And yeah, so I was doing Grubhub. I'm gonna have to start this over. So it's gonna be a part 2, y'all. Part 2.